Two incredibly draconian bills that would do great harm to children and families across the country are about to be passed by the Colorado Senate and will likely become law. These bills are the two wings of a very ugly and evil bird about to catch flight. The first bill, HB 1309, is the financial facilitator for children becoming gender medicine patients for life. This short 3-page proposal dictates that all healthcare plans operating in Colorado shall not deny or limit what they call gender-affirming healthcare for children or adults. This means fully funded access to cross-sex hormones, puberty blockers, genital and breast mutilation, and every body modification anyone could ever desire. All of this is manipulatively presented as medical necessary gender-affirming healthcare, and the bill provides no age limits whatsoever. However, it is well documented that upwards of 61 to 98% of all gender-confused youth naturally desist in their gender confusion and come to live happily with their natural male or female body by early adulthood. What is more, this bill allows that young patients don't even need to have these things prescribed by a medical doctor. The bill dictates that a, quote, behavioral health care provider, which is listed multiple times in this short bill, is never defined. That person will suffice. Of course, this will likely be an ideologically aligned counselor at school who any confused child can easily find by following the bright rainbow or ally stickers on their office door, on social media, or their website. The counselor only need deem them medically necessary, and the gender medicine machine starts and cannot be shut off due to the second bill, HB 1312. This companion bill is even more pernicious because it neutralizes every responsible and cautious parent and teacher in the child's life. No parent will be able to object to the gender radicalization of their child in any way, and all Colorado public and charter school staff must fully affirm the process. No adult will be allowed to pump the brakes for the sake of the child. If passed, a parent could lose legal custody of their child by simply refusing to recognize and affirm that child's newly adopted gender identity, which is not even a medically discerned or defined thing. Even the American Psychiatric Association admits that transgender is not even a medical term. Even failing to use the child's new pronouns could get your son or daughter taken away from you and placed in state custody. Power will completely go to any parent favoring this gender radicalization, and these are processes that so many European countries are now backing away from. The official summary of the bill states, quote, when making child custody decisions and determining the best interest of a child for the purposes of parenting time, a court shall consider dead naming, misgendering, or threatening to publish material related to an individual's gender-affirming healthcare services as types of coercive control, end quote. This last part silences the protective parent from warning others about the ghastly, life-altering top and bottom surgeries that were performed on their child, all in the name of, quote, life-saving healthcare, end quote. These are processes that untold scores of young people like Chloe Cole have come to deeply regret and should be made aware of. Similarly, responsible teachers who compassionately guide students, even in the slightest way, to embrace their natural bodies and gender will lose their jobs. This law requires every school employee to be fully affirming of gender experimentation. The law also stipulates that no school may, quote, create or enforce rules based on gender and must allow students to abide by any variation of the dress code, end quote. This law will also allow affirming parents from other states to bring their transitioning child to Colorado, and the cautious parent will have no power to prevent the physical and psychological mutilation of their own child. Colorado will then become a gender transition destination sanctuary for every other state and country in the world. Finally, this bill also makes it a violation of the Colorado Anti-Discrimination Act to simply fail to use a child's new gender pronouns and names. Now, the Colorado Anti-Discrimination Act is the same law that has kept Denver cake decorator Jack Phillips tied up in court for 13 years. You could suffer the same fate by simply refusing or failing to use your child's new adopted pronouns or names. This legislation is clearly designed by gender redefinition activists because it is ridden with jargony terms that have no real meaning outside of LGBT affirming echo chambers. Words like dead name, misgendering, chosen name, gender identity. These policies put tragically gender-confused and social media manipulated children in the driver's seat over and against cautiously responsible parents and school officials. That is the precise point for why these two bills are so dangerous and must be killed. Here's the call to action. All citizens must contact Colorado state senators asking them to kill this bill. Also, contact Colorado Governor Jared Polis asking him to prepare to veto these two bills if passed. Information on how to contact both can be found down below. For Daily Citizen and Focus on the Family, I'm Glenn Stanton.